meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Target,
Here.
Levin,
Here.
McCarthy,
Here.
White,
Here.
and Bruno.
Here. Please stand for tonight's invocation and pledge of allegiance. The invocation will be led by Pastor Tim Bycroft with North Point Church. Pastor.
Will you pray with me? Father, as we come before you tonight, Lord, we ask that you just bless this time, bless this meeting, bless the decisions that are made. God, I pray that you will be over this village, this town, and its citizens. Please be with those who take care of the duties of this town, Lord, that you would just be with them as well. As we go into this meeting tonight, Lord, I do lift up the Marabella family to you. And Lord, we know that Trustee Marabella is going through some procedures right now. So Lord, we just pray that you would bring your healing and your peace and your contentment to this family during this time. God, we thank you most of all for the blessings that you've already given us. We're going to that of your Son Jesus, and it's in his name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First item, I need a motion to approve the September 21st, 2021 regular board meeting minutes.
So we'll move.
Okay. Any discussion on the minutes? Roll call, please.
Target,
Aye.
Levin,
Aye.
McCarthy,
Aye.
White.
Aye.
Motion carried. We move on to the next item. I need a motion to approve the October 5th, 2021 Committee of a Whole meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second. Okay. Any discussion on those? Roll call, please.
Target,
Aye.
Levin,
Aye.
McCarthy,
Aye.
White.
Aye.
Motion carried. We move on to the third item. I need a motion to approve the October 7th, 2021 Committee of the Whole meeting minutes.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion on those? Roll call, please.
Target,
Aye.
Levin,
Aye.
McCarthy,
Aye.
White.
Aye.
Motion carried. We move on to Mayor's report. The first item, I need a motion to approve the first reading of a draft ordinance amending section 110.31 of the Municipal Code of Winthrop Harbor, modifying the hours and size regulations for packaged liquor sales.
Second.
Okay, one thing I want to do is I want to read this ordinance. Whereas the police chief has advised the village board that there has been what he considers a significant number of incidences arising at local gasoline stations that hold Class B packaged liquor sales license. And whereas the village board is advised by the clerk that there are a total of 4 Class B liquor licenses currently in effect, 2 of which are held by gasoline stations, while the 2 remaining are held by retail establishments. And whereas the village board finds that incidences described by the police chief arise late at night, principally between the hours of midnight and 2 a.m., at a period of time when the nearby communities of Zion, Wadsworth, Beach Park, Pleasant Prairie, and Antioch prohibit package sales. And whereas the village board further finds that there is a demonstrated and enhanced risk of a serious incident springing from or relating to the sale of packaged liquor between the hours of midnight and 2 a.m., which are likely to include actual or attempted robberies and gang activity, and that all such activity is inconsistent with the morals of this community. And whereas the village board also finds that despite the economic benefit that the holders of Class B licenses obtain from the sales of packaged liquor during the hours of midnight to 2 a.m. daily, such benefit does not outweigh the demands for increased police activity during those hours, let alone the risks to the people working in and patronizing these retail establishments. And whereas the village board further finds that the sale of spirits and so-called airplane-sized bottles of less than 8 ounces each adds significantly to the incidences described by the police chief, as the same are essentially sold for immediate consumption as single shots of strong liquor, and that there is little, if any, countervailing argument for these to be available to the public within this village. And whereas the village board deems it appropriate to minimize the impact on retailers who have a stock of such goods, the banning of sale of airplane-sized bottles shall not take effect until the end of 2021. Now therefore be it ordained by the Village of Winthrop Harbor, Lake County, Illinois, as follows. Section 1. The chart of hours of operation set forth in section 110.31A of the Winthrop Harbor Municipal Code is hereby amended. The line for Class B licenses shall hereafter read as follows. Class B, every day from April 1st to April 31st, 4 a.m. to 12 midnight, and every day from November 1st through March 31st, 6 a.m. to 12 midnight. Section 2, the Winthrop Harbor Municipal Code is hereby amended by the addition of section 110.13B9, which shall hereby read as follows. Number 9, supplemental package sales regulations. Establishments holding a Class A, B, or C license shall be subject to the following regulation. Commencing at 12:01 a.m. on January 1st, 2022, these licenses shall no longer permit the sale of spirits in any container of less than 8 fluid ounces. Section 3, this ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage, approval, and publication as required by law. Passed by this Board of Trustees of the Village of Winthrop Harbor this day, October 2021. Okay, I read it. We got a motion second. Any discussion?
So I have a question.
Yes.
On the statement where it says about airplane-sized bottles, essentially sold for immediate consumption, I mean, is that anecdotal, or do we have, like, data on that? I mean, are we just making assumptions? Because I don't wanna change something for businesses if we don't have, like, a good reason. I definitely agree with the hours, like, I'm all for that.
Yeah. Me too.
I'm all for it too, like, I don't like, you know, we do have some gas stations where those bottles are, like, right there when you walk in the door.
Yeah, it's
You know, that's a
separation of-
concern to me, but like, where they're behind the counter, like, I'm just concerned, like, is there really good reason to do something that might affect businesses without, you know, real evidence of, that's what I wanna know.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't done any, continuous monitoring of those actual sizes. What we do is we find them continuously on the ground outside of the establishment, which then leads us to believe that they consume them, they throw them on the ground, in the garbage cans. Multiple times we stop people that are under the influence of alcohol. Can't say they bought them in our town, but they're in their cars, they're in their houses, they're on the ground away from the gas station, en route back to some of the other locations where they're at. So it's just our anecdotal.
But it's based on things you see,
observation.
that's all, okay, so that's,
Right,
yeah.
that we
answers
see
my
and we
question.
see and these officers encounter on a regular basis.
Thank you, Trustee McCarthy. Anybody else? All right.
Well, I'll just add that, this is one that we've been talking about periodically for a little while, and I think it was, the point was really brought home during the most recent meeting with the chief of some of the issues that they were experiencing. So I think there's flexibility here. Bob indicated when we talked about revising this, that having that date range slightly different for the hours of serving to account for some of the people heading down to the boat launch or charter boats, so they may be coming in a little bit earlier, so keeping it at 4 AM as opposed to 6 AM in the off-season makes sense. So, yeah, I think this is a positive change to make to the liquor code.
And number one, television session, I didn't know we were having issues with that. I mean, but,
And those are the observations brought to me by the sergeant and the patrol officers that are out there every night.
exactly. But, other municipalities surrounding us are, close it, stop selling it at midnight. And we did it till 2 AM. I'd rather be in compliance with, other communities too. I remember when I was 18, I used to go to Wisconsin to drink, because couldn't drink in Illinois, because I was not 21. So that's happening the same way with this liquor. So I'm totally supporting this ordinance. So does anybody else have anything to say? Okay, I'll ask for a roll call.
Target,
Do we need a vote on a reading?
Oh, no,
This
you're
is a
right.
motion to accept the reading.
Okay, so,
So yes,
Okay.
you would normally vote on that.
So make clear to everyone else, this is not adopting the ordinance, we have to read it again at the next meeting.
correct.
This
Yeah.
just
Just before
simply
we adopt.
acknowledges the reading into the record.
Then we communicate with the business owners, and then we have a second reading next month.
Yeah, we have notified the business owners, we sent them a letter and advised them that they have an opportunity over the next month to raise any issues that they wish to and contact us.
Okay, all right. Roll call.
Target,
Aye.
Levin.
Aye.
McCarthy,
Aye.
White.
Aye. Motion carried. We move on to the next one. Oath of office. Sergeant Triplett.
So tonight we have the distinguished honor of reading the oath of office to John Triplett. John served our country both in the United States Navy and United States Army before he became a law enforcement officer. Born and raised in Zion, Illinois.
Well, born in Florida.
Born in Florida, raised in Zion. So he's very close to us. Spent his first career in law enforcement, started in North Chicago, spent a number of years there, then moved on to the Lake County Sheriff's Department, where he served for a total, I think, 12, 13 years. John has a litany and a long, distinguished list of accolades and accomplishments, certifications and qualifications. So we are beyond pleased to have him join us. He did very well on the sergeant's exam and became #1, and we have a position opened up with Sergeant Willis leaving, so we're really proud tonight to have him get sworn in as a sergeant. So thank you.
Sergeant Triplett, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I
I,
state your name.
John Triplett,
Having been appointed as police sergeant
having been appointed police sergeant
for the village of Winthrop
for
Harbor
the village of Winthrop Harbor
in Lake County, Illinois,
in Lake County, Illinois,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
of America,
of America,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
discharge the duties of a police sergeant
discharge the duties of the police sergeant
to the best of my
to
ability,
the best of my ability.
so help me God. Congratulations.
Go ahead and come up and pin his badge on.
It works. Thank you, bud.
All right. Thank you so much.
I'd also like to say Sergeant Triplett is taking Chris Willis' spot on our police pension fund. I wanted to thank you for doing that community service. We don't get paid for that, and I hope you're on that pension board for many years to come.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right, we move on to...
Oh, there's that joke there.
Move on to the third item. I need a motion, I guess not. I need a motion to adopt an appointment resolution appointing Jenna Sanchez as Recreation Advisory Board Committee member.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion on that? I just know that there's someone that left the board, and this person is being moved from a non-voting to a voting member. So, that's all I know, but Scott's not here, but that's what he told me. So, anybody else have anything to say? Roll call, please.
Target,
Aye.
Levin,
Aye.
McCarthy,
Aye.
White.
Motion carried. One other item, on next Tuesday, October 26th, we will be having our interviews for our next village administrator. We have 4 in-person candidates, and we have 2 Zoom candidates, which will be done on Thursday, not Tuesday. We have a panel who will be interviewing. There will be myself, village administrator Mark Huber from Beach Park will be on that panel, as will our trustee Buddy Hargett and trustee Alana Whitmore. It will be an open meeting. We will have it posted, and it will be Tuesday morning, I believe 8 to 9, 10 to 11, 12 to 1, and 2 to 3. So if you'd like to come, if any resident would like to come and watch these interviews, you're welcome to come. Just to let you know, the interviews will be, the panel will be asking the questions and not the residents. You can come and watch and maybe learn about the candidates. So I just wanted to notify everybody that will be happening next Tuesday and next Thursday. So we move on to the village administrator's report.
Thank you, Mayor. Trustees, good to see you tonight. This, I'm gonna make this real short, because the vision sessions took up a significant amount of time in working with staff to give you some presentations about where exactly we are in a whole range of different things that the village provides in terms of service and its needs, and where the future's taking us. What I'm working on right now is my vision of, or my version of a financial vision that I'll be bringing to you. I believe we're set next on November 2nd. We'll start at 6 o'clock. Look forward to seeing you then, and Pat's been helping me to try to come up with, work through the numbers, and his banking background is proving to be pretty valuable, as is contact with the auditors and the outside accountants. So I hope we have some information that, well, no financial, I don't think there's ever a financial guy that was really welcomed by the community, but I could say that about lawyers too. But I think the information you'll find is going to be insightful and a picture of the village in a way you maybe have never looked at it. So I hope to be able to bring that to you in a couple of weeks, and we'll see where things go. But that's all I had to report. Everything else we've been doing is following through with the departments have been doing an absolutely excellent job. We've helped a few citizens on some interesting problems that they've gotten themselves into, but other than that, I'll pass the torch along here.
All right, thank you, Bob. Next item is clerk's correspondence.
I have, only one thing I wanted to say. I wanted to let everybody know, we had people asking about trick or treat. So they're still on Halloween, the 31st, from 4 to 7. That's all I have.
Wonderful, thank you.
Yes.
All right, we move on to old business, there is none. We move on to new business, committee reports, administration and community development committee. Trustee Hargett.
Make a motion to approve accounts payable warrant 2021-7 in the amount of $282,860.54.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. I just want to let you know, under that, there's September checks, manual checks is $128,616. Just for transparency, I always like to let everyone know that, you know, $128,000 is a lot of money, but the total of the loan payments for that month of September was $74,639.17. The Santander ambulance was $21,000, almost $22,000. Tax exempt leasing for 3 police vehicles was almost $32,000. And Capital One for 631 Sheridan Road was just $20,705. And then the Schlater Building roof repairs was $37,500, which is a grand total of $112,139.17. So just to let you know, all these, are necessary to pay, and, I'd just like to let people know that what we're, some type of transparency as to where we're spending our money, so. With that being said, we got a motion and a second, I need a roll call.
Target,
Aye.
Levin. McCarthy.
Aye.
White.
Motion carried. Move on to public comments. The residents, the community can address the board, stand at the podium. We just ask that you provide us with your name and either your home residence or your business residence.
Hello, my name is Parthiv Seth. I'm the owner of the Harbor Food and Liquor,
Okay.
and he's my partner Rutul Shah from the liquor store, and we own the building as well over there. And we received that letter regarding the changing the ordinance for the liquor package and liquor hours. We are completely fine with the liquor hours. We open up 9 in the morning and we close at 9 in the night, and the weekend we close at Friday, Saturday, 10 o'clock. So hours is not an issue for us and we are like all family business. In the Lake County, we have 4 liquor store and 3 bar. All the business is run by one of our family members, and we think business should be sufficient. If my wife or my mother is running as a cashier, it should be safe for them as well. So we are okay with the hours, completely fine. But if you think about the packaging wise, the smaller than 8-ounce flute, so we have to eliminate the 50 ml, and then we have to eliminate 200 ml as well. But by eliminating 2 sizes in the liquor business, that what we are doing over here or any other liquor store, that's a significant number of our business that we draw from that 2 sizes. And if you see all of our record in the Lake County area, we have been doing with the liquor business, I would say last 12 years. We never ever had any underage sale. We never ever had any sell to the intoxicated person either. So we would like to consider that, you guys look into the size matter one more time, and the way Mayor is saying, all the other community also minimize the sizes. But I wanted to bring your attention, if you go to the Waukegan, they have minimized the sizes only at the gas stations. They are not allowed to sell those smaller sizes. They are allowed to sell only bigger sizes, more than 8 fluid ounce, because of their hours and easy accessibility. A lot of people are stopping for the gas and all that stuff. And we have seen so many customers like that. They tell us if we buy big bottle, we will drink too much. So doesn't matter, what size it is, it's not an issue. And the issue that the police chief was telling, throwing the bottles. If you come to the parking lot right now, I can show you so many soda cans out there too. So it's not that, it's a habit of people. They don't clean after themselves. So these are the issues I want to bring, and please reconsider on the sizing. That will be much appreciated.
So your proposed solution to the sizing is to prohibit it by type of business, not across the board?
Exactly.
The gas stations are open 24 hours.
Yes, and we open literally 4 hours, not Sunday we open up at 9 and we close at 8.
Waukegan has rather familiar with their code, having written it. They have a separate code just for gas stations. There's a separate license classification just for gas stations, which allows it to be done that way on a relatively easy basis. We do not have such a classification. That would require a separate additional code provision. It's possible, but we don't have it set up for that.
Do you, you might not have exact numbers, but an estimate of what percentage of sales you think the
For
small?
example, liquor wise, only liquor, if we just pay on the focus on the liquor, those 2 sizes 15% of my business.
Okay.
And which is significant.
Yes.
How about this, 8 ounces, what percent of that 15?
8 ounce, that's a 15%, that's what I was like. If 100% of liquor, that 15% is below 8 ounce.
Okay.
Yes, and it's a significant number.
Okay. Thank you. I'll take that into consideration.
Thank you.
Are we in a position though to consider what you're talking about then?
another
It would
license to give
require-
one?
discuss it, yeah.
It would require additional
So
changes to
we-
create
you
the,
classify it.
right, to separate the classes out.
Yeah, it can be done. It's the board's pleasure on how to set up the classification.
I worry I don't wanna go further than what we intended with like the purpose of this.
Right.
In effect, you know, businesses that weren't the reason why we were
No, I
addressing.
agree.
And, one
Yes, sir.
other thing is, even for me or any gas stations, I don't know them, but, the time frame, like if you are giving them a 2 month, trust me, they will be sitting on like, more than a $25,000 to $40,000 worth of inventory in their store. They won't be able to move that much stuff in a 2 month either. That's another thing that I wanted to bring in front of you guys for all of the liquor, 4 liquor licenses.
Now, you stay open only till 8 o'clock?
On the Sunday, and the weekdays 9 and the Friday, Saturday 10.
Okay,
Yes, and we open up 9 in the morning, all day,
Right.
I mean, 7 days a week.
okay, great. Thank you.
Can I ask you to fill in one other detail? Between the 50 and the 200 milliliters, if that's 15% of your sales of
Mhm.
spirits,
Mm-hmm.
what percentage is the 50 and which is the 200?
200 is like, they're like about 50-50.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else? Yes.
My name is Jacob, I represent the mobile gas station. We don't have any problem with the timing of the, you know, like 12 o'clock,
The
maybe.
hours.
Hours not a problem.
Okay.
But the issue of the small bottle, we have a lot of stock. So this is short notice within the 2 months' time, you know, we won't sell through. So that's a big problem. So at least we need some more time to sell through, because the company we get liquor from, the supplier, they won't take it back. Because they only take it back within a month. But right now, that 50 ml, we have like between 25 to 30,000 stock, we have it. So that it won't sell through within that short period of time, you know. So our suggestion is that we are requesting that at least we get at least 3 to 4 months time to sell through. After that, you can, you know, we can go, you know, eliminate things like that. We also support the community, and, you know, we don't want people, you know, coming and drinking in the gas station. And also it is not safe, because, you know, in the night time we open, people come and drink, you know, they get violent and stuff like that. But our main problem is the timing.
So instead of January 1st, February 1st, we do that.
Yeah, something like that, 2 to 3 months, 3 to 4 months, you know.
Okay.
So that is what we can sell through, because otherwise we'll be stuck with all this, you know.
Right.
We're talking about 30,000, you know.
Okay,
Yeah,
great, thank you.
thank you.
Yeah, so change the liquor license for gas stations and, you know, liquor stores, and then do it till March 1st.
We can do that, that's easy to change.
Okay, awesome, good conversation. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Anyone else would like to address the board?
Rich Coon, VFW, Post 7411, Sheridan Road. All I have is a simple question.
Thank you.
Can I hear you?
I can't hear you.
Okay, I'm down, I can. Now, we don't sell packaged stuff, but I see that they have C license, but we do serve small bottles of wine. Is this gonna affect us?
What's the ounces?
It's only about this big.
It's more than 8 ounces.
Huh? No, it's
8
not 8
ounces.
ounces. I don't think it is.
They're probably 12.
Huh?
12.
I think it's 12, yeah.
Okay.
But
I
even
just
so,
want,
no.
I just want to make sure that we're.
It uses the word spirits. The word spirits is defined in the state liquor code, Rich, as still products.
Well, I
So
just-
wine and beer do not fall within spirits.
Okay, well, I just want to make sure
And it
that
doesn't affect it at all.
we're gonna be good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
all right, Richard.
Good clarification.
Yeah, very good clarification, absolutely, thank you. Anyone else? All right, we'll move on to, yes.
Can I ask, while we're kind of discussing the ordinance, you know, Chief, a lot of this was raised during your conversation. What was thrown out here is suggestions. Do you have any concerns on the PD side about kind of the idea of separating the liquor license types, for liquor stores versus gas stations,
No, actually, I think
or
it's-
giving a longer period of time.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea, because our packaged liquor stores, we really don't have any problems. I mean, historically, I've only been here going on 4+ years, but we really don't. The first gentleman that spoke, I mean, his store is one of the best we have. I mean, I can't remember the last time we went there for anything. Maybe a bad check or unwanted person because somebody's not happy about not getting what they wanted, and they're typically intoxicated, and he's trying to get rid of them. He's a great partner of ours. And I think the gentleman who spoke about the mobile station reiterated exactly what we were talking about when he talks about people coming in to buy those things. As far as letting them deplete their stock, I think that's just good business. We can't hurt them that bad. You know, these people run on a real fine profit margin, and I think that would, would be good partnership with them, and I wouldn't have any problem with that. It's been going on this long, another 2 months is, not gonna make or break us.
When we talk about the one business owner here with the Harbor Foods, have you had similar experiences when it comes to, Cheese Shack has a license as well, I think, for
Yeah.
prepackaged, or when we had the Harbor Liquors, it was,
The
in
packaged
general,
liquor stores,
that type of business.
Yeah, they typically
yeah.
close at 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at the latest, and we just haven't had any of those types of problems there, since my time, Bill.
The only problem we had at the old Harbor Liquors where Centrella was at was just because of the business owner not keeping an eye on things, that was really.
Right.
That's true. Yeah, yeah, they had the gentleman in there that was less than
90 years old.
Yeah, less than, his cognitive skill set was pretty, and it did come and just steal it blind, at 10 o'clock in the morning. But besides that, once they closed, yeah.
It's just surprising that Mobile has that much stock.
That's helpful.
That's really-
Well, it's their pre-buying through too.
Yeah, they're pretty buying, but yeah, I think his discussion about, the problems he has with the same thing was pretty telling. When the business owner comes in and kind of parrots what we say.
Yeah. He wasn't objecting to that.
No, not at all.
He
I
just
think-
wanted to be able to move his stock.
Right, we have to be good partners with our business folks.
No, the distributors that he deals with, their state license prohibits them from taking back less than full case goods anyway.
Right.
So there is an impact, it's real.
Yeah, okay. All right, so we're done with public comments, we move to unfinished business. I will start with trustee McCarthy.
Just wanted to say congratulations to Sergeant Triplett, on his promotion, and great, to have him on board. And then, just thank you to all the department heads, for the presentations at the last couple of, committee of the whole meetings, hearing all that. And, thank you to, Mr. Longtrue for the work he did in putting that together, so, that's it.
Okay, trustee Hargit.
Yeah, thank you to all the department heads. It was a lot of meetings, a lot of information they had to pull together, a lot of questions that we had.
Felt like a lot more meetings.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
They were long.
Well, we had a lot of meetings getting it set
Yeah.
up for your meetings.
But I appreciate, I think that was incredibly helpful to go through and make sure we're all on the same page, so thank you for pulling those together. And then, like was mentioned earlier, prayers to the Marabella family and to trustee Marabella, and wisdom for his wife and some of the decisions that have to be made.
Okay, thank you. Trustee Weiss.
Yes, I want to congratulate Jonathan Triplett for getting
Mr. Key.
his sergeant stripes. He's also a great CCW teacher.
Well, fantastic instructor.
Yeah, he is. I took the course under him, and he was very, very, very good at that. Also thank the department heads for their presentations. It was very informative. Looking forward to finalizing all that information and putting it together and making some decisions.
Yeah. Thank you. Trustee Loretta.
To join everybody else with the same thing. First, with the Marabella family.
Thank you. I talked to Lori, and she was pretty much not knowing what to do. She was very nervous and very, I tried to calm her on the phone, but I mentioned to her that the prayer would be for Robbie, and she said, well, if you see me right now, I'm crying, because that's really nice of you to do that, so. Yeah, so, I would also like to say, I told Pat this, I told Scott this, the department heads, the division session, amazing presentations, every one of them. I was very impressed. We got very smart department heads, or at least maybe a smart coordinator. I was very impressed. I mean, it was a long meeting, but both of them. But man, gosh, I mean, you guys went over every little detail. That was very. Hang on to those packets because those were. I enjoyed it. I didn't like how late it went, but that's okay. But
I enjoyed giving it. I think the information is needed.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's good information.
It
From
is.
all the departments, everybody did phenomenal.
Yeah, I
learned things too.
Yep, everybody did it, and I'd give everybody A++++. But yeah, also, congratulations to Sergeant Triplett, and that's basically all I have.
Mayor?
So, yes.
Before you adjourn, obviously both of my trustees are not here tonight.
Right.
And I have some updates
Oh.
I wanted to provide, so I
Okay.
just, if you could give me a couple minutes.
Oh, absolutely.
Awesome. So I did want to just update everybody on a few projects that are going on in town or around town. First thing is obviously our big one is our own street rehabilitation project. Concrete's been removed, structures are being installed or repaired, and concrete should start being poured this week. So we'll start seeing that stuff going back, and then obviously after that is the grinding and paving. So we are moving along there. Our patching program that NP Paving did with the numerous patches around town, that's complete. We obviously, also included was the fire station. The apron that was repaired there, so that's done, ready for winter there. So the patching program is finished. That turned out really nice. A few things that are going on around us. Obviously, everybody saw all the barricades and everything on 9th Street.
Yeah.
That's the Lake County DOT. They are doing their ADA project there. So they're updating all of their ADA ramps. Nobody can really answer the question of the concrete they poured 2 years ago,
Yeah.
why it's not compliant, but that's what somebody else to figure out.
They just did that.
Yeah, they did. So they're adding some areas, but, so they're doing that, they're on the south side of the road right now, they'll flip over and do the north side of the road as well. So that's coming. The resurfacing project on Russell Road from Sheridan Road to Lewis Avenue and Kenosha Road from Russell to 9th. That, the surface layer is in, the rumble strips down the center line is in, and the next step, which would be the last step, is the thermoplastic striping. So they're almost done with that project. Sticking with Lake County, this is something that everybody should be aware. The Department of Transportation is hosting a virtual public information meeting to discuss the proposed study of Russell Road intersections at Kilbourne, Kenosha Road, and Lewis Avenue. Through the planning phase, it is determined the preferred design includes installing roundabouts on Russell Road at Kenosha Road and Lewis Avenue and enhancing an all-way stop at Kilbourne. So that's what they're planning to do. That's what they've studied for the last 2 years. The virtual meeting is on Thursday, October 21st from 5 to 7. And the website, or the Lake County website, you can get the link to their Zoom meeting there. They'll have a presentation, and there is a link to also submit questions. So that's for everybody. They're trying to get the information out, we're trying to get the information out, just so everybody's informed. But that's their plan. They're gonna put roundabouts in, which is what we guessed 2 years ago.
Right. When they did their public forum a couple of years ago at our community center,
Yep.
I mean, it was packed.
Yep.
I mean, lots of people came out to that. And,
Well, I expect the meeting to be well attended.
Yeah.
You know, not from just with the Harbor residents, but everywhere, Pleasant Prairie, surrounding. They do a good job of putting it out there and getting public comment. But that's the plan for those intersections that have been somewhat of a trouble. The last thing I had was IDOT's project on Sheridan Road. Obviously, that's in its final stages. They've been out measuring and inspecting. I haven't been to Waukegan, but I know they're down there because they've striped a lot of Zion already too. so they're in the final stages of the restoration. Their contract goes through the end of October. So that's when they have, Bob and I are still trying to work with them and speak nicely to them to get them to clean our crosswalks over here where the stamped concrete is on Seventh Street.
Right.
That hasn't been forgotten, but those are just a couple of things I thought were important enough to bring up and pass on to the board.
Have you, mentioned Charles? Did you mention Charles? That's all done?
Charles is done, yes. Charles is done.
Never to be done again.
I'm not saying that.
All right, thank you, Tim.
Yes, no, thank you.
All right. I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
Cargan?
Aye.
Rivera?
Aye.
McCarthy?
Aye.